Are you the type of a man who's materialistic? Did you ask yourself that sometime? Just be honest, it's only you can tell the truth. Now maybe this lesson about Stoic may help you. In some way, in your lifetime, you must stop believing that happiness consists in things and realize instead that it consists alone in your virtue of living. Imagine a world where you have the power to shape your own reality, where external circumstances no longer hold the key to your emotional state, and where you are the master of your destiny. With the profound wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that offers us a value PF thinking. Listen carefully, my friend. Number 1. Stoics placed piety and virtues. As Stoics, we treasure piety, kindness, good fellowship, and fair dealing as the foundational virtues that guide our lives. These virtues are like the compass that directs our moral path. Piety is our way of acknowledging and respecting the divine forces or principles in the universe. It's about giving the gods their due, recognizing the existence of something greater than ourselves. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of humility and awareness of our place in the grand scheme of things. Kindness is a universal language that transcends boundaries. It's the act of showing compassion, empathy, and goodwill toward others. Kindness not only benefits those we interact with, but also nourishes our own soul. It's a reminder that our humanity is defined by our ability to care for others. Good fellowship emphasizes the importance of community and social bonds. We as social creatures find purpose and strength in our connections with fellow human beings. Through these connections, we support one another, celebrate joys, and weather life's storms together. A sense of community brings depth and meaning to our lives. Fair dealing is the cornerstone of justice and integrity. It means treating others with honesty and fairness, upholding our agreements, and respecting the rights of all individuals. Fair dealing builds trust and sustains harmonious relationships. Why this matters? So why do these virtues matter? They're not just philosophical ideals, but practical tools for living a fulfilling life. When we embrace these virtues, we transform ourselves and the world around us. Think of piety as a reminder of our connection to something greater than ourselves, which can be a powerful source of inner peace. Kindness brings joy to both the giver and the receiver, making our lives richer. Good fellowship connects us with a supportive community, offering a safety net during challenges. Fair dealing ensures that we live with honor and respect, nurturing trust and respect in our relationships. For your personal motivation, as you integrate these virtues into your life, remember that they are not just lofty ideals but practical principles. Embrace piety to find solace in life's grandeur. Be kind, not just to others but also to yourself. Seek good fellowship, for it's through shared experiences that we find strength. Finally, practice fair dealing, as it's the foundation of integrity and trust. Your path as a Stoic, focusing on these virtues, may not always be easy, but it's a path that promises fulfillment. As you navigate the complexities of life, allow these virtues to be your guiding stars. They will provide you with the strength to face challenges and the wisdom to find joy in the simplest moments. Challenge yourself to become a better person by embracing piety, kindness, good fellowship, and fair dealing. Your life will be more meaningful, and your impact on the world will be profound. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life. Before we continue to number 2, 3 and 4 with this interesting philosophy, consider subscribing to our channel as we build this community. Thank you. Number 2, bravery, and knowing the terrible and the neither. Bravery, or in Stoic terms, Andrea, is not just about facing danger head-on. It encompasses a deeper understanding of what is truly terrible, what is not, and what falls somewhere in between. This understanding is at the core of the Stoic concept of courage. Courage beyond the battlefield. When we hear the word bravery, our minds might immediately conjure images of knights in shining armor, superheroes, or soldiers on the battlefield. While these are undoubtedly brave individuals, Stoicism teaches us that bravery extends far beyond these heroic contexts. In everyday life, bravery means having the courage to confront your fears, doubts, and uncertainties. It's about standing tall in the face of adversity, not because you're fearless, but because you're determined to overcome whatever challenges life throws your way. Perseverance. the path to success. Perseverance is one of the key qualities that Stoics associated with bravery. It's the ability to keep moving forward even when the road ahead seems challenging and daunting. Think of it as the unwavering commitment to your goals and principles, regardless of the obstacles you encounter. In your personal life, you might face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. The Stoic perspective on bravery teaches us that these are not reasons to give up or back down. Instead, they are opportunities to show your mettle, to stand firm and keep pushing forward. Intrepidness. Embracing the unknown. Being intrepid is another facet of bravery. It means confronting the unknown with a fearless spirit. Life often throws uncertainties and unexpected twists our way. The Stoic response is to face these uncertainties with unwavering resolve. Consider this. Many of the most meaningful moments in life are found in the unknown, in taking a leap of faith, whether it's pursuing a new career, embarking on a journey, or starting a new relationship. Intrepidness allows you to embrace these opportunities without succumbing to fear. Great-heartedness. Expanding your compassion. Bravery is not just about facing external challenges. It's also about fostering inner strength and a compassionate heart. Great-heartedness, in Stoic terms, is the quality of having a big, generous heart. As you navigate your life, remember that compassion and kindness are forms of bravery too. When you show understanding, empathy, and generosity to others, you exhibit great-heartedness. It takes courage to be kind, especially when the world can be a harsh and unforgiving place. Stout-heartedness. Weathering emotional storms. Life often presents emotional challenges that require a stout heart. This quality relates to the ability to withstand emotional turbulence, grief, and sorrow. Stoicism teaches us that while it's natural to experience these emotions, bravery lies in not letting them overpower us. When you face personal losses, heartbreak, or disappointment, stout-heartedness encourages you to acknowledge your emotions while still remaining resilient. It's about finding the strength to move forward even when your heart feels heavy. Industriousness. The power of diligence. It's the determination to work diligently and persistently towards your goals. Whether it's in your studies, your career, or your personal pursuits, being industrious means putting in the effort day after day. The Stoic message here is clear. The path to success is not always glamorous, but it's worthwhile. Bravery isn't just about grand gestures, but also about the small, consistent steps you take every day to reach your aspirations. For your personal motivation, bravery, as defined by the Stoics, is not reserved for heroes in epic tales or soldiers on the battlefield. It's a quality that can be cultivated and practiced in everyday life. Now, I want you to take a moment to reflect on your life. Are there fears or uncertainties that have held you back? Have you faced challenges that seemed insurmountable? Remember that bravery isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to confront it. Embrace perseverance, for it's the key to achieving your goals. Understand that intrepidness allows you to explore new horizons and find opportunities in the unknown. Cultivate great-heartedness by showing kindness to others, even when it's not the popular choice. Practice stout-heartedness, for it's during the tough times that your true strength shines. And never underestimate the power of industriousness, for it's the small, consistent actions that lead to significant accomplishments. Be brave in your pursuit of personal and professional growth. Use this Stoic wisdom as a guiding light when you're faced with doubts and challenges. Stand tall, face the unknown. This is the path of bravery, and it's open to you every day. Number 3, virtuous living over external things. The Stoics, with their profound wisdom, teach us that true happiness isn't found in external possessions or the accumulation of wealth, but in virtuous living. They emphasize that it's not what you have that matters most, but who you are and how you choose to live your life. In the materialistic world we live in, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that happiness is synonymous with acquiring more things. A bigger house, a fancier car, the latest gadgets. But the Stoics challenge this notion, reminding us that external possessions are fleeting and our attachment to them often leads to suffering. The consequences of prioritizing external things. When we prioritize external possessions over virtue, we're setting ourselves up for a host of troubles. This skewed perspective gives rise to toxic emotions such as envy, greed, and jealousy. It fosters anxiety, as we constantly worry about acquiring and maintaining these possessions. Furthermore, this mindset can lead to isolation. We may become so consumed by our pursuit of material wealth that we neglect our relationships, our inner growth, and our connection to the broader human community. We might find ourselves increasingly detached from others, leading to a sense of loneliness. Stoicism teaches us that happiness and contentment can be found in the cultivation of virtue. Virtue is about living a life in accordance with reason, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. It's a path that leads to inner peace, resilience, and a sense of purpose. The Stoics advocate that we focus on our internal qualities and the choices we make. It's not about the circumstances we find ourselves in, but how we react to those circumstances. Virtue is, in essence, the development of a strong moral character that transcends external conditions. Why this matters? Now, you might wonder why this philosophical perspective matters in your life. The answer is simple. It's a guide to living a more meaningful and fulfilled existence. By emphasizing the importance of virtuous living, Stoicism provides a path to lasting contentment. When you shift your focus from the external world to your inner self, you free yourself from the constant desires for more, and more. Instead, you discover a sense of peace in the present moment. Consider how liberating it is to no longer be a slave to material possessions. To know that your happiness isn't tied to the ups and downs of your bank account or the number of things you own. Virtuous living allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. Embrace this Stoic teaching as a personal guide to a more meaningful existence. Understand that your worth is not determined by the car you drive, the house you live in, or the gadgets you own. It's determined by your character, your integrity, and your moral choices. In a world that often equates success with external achievements, dare to be different. Embrace the Stoic perspective and prioritize virtuous living. Seek wisdom, practice courage, pursue justice, and exercise self-discipline. Make it your life's mission to cultivate these virtues. In doing so, you'll find a profound sense of contentment. You'll discover that true happiness is not something to be chased externally, but to be nurtured within. Your life will be filled with purpose, inner strength, and meaningful relationships. As you move forward on your journey, remind yourself that Stoicism offers you the tools to overcome the allure of external possessions. So, my friend, you'll find that the pursuit of wisdom and inner growth is a far more rewarding journey than the pursuit of material wealth. This is the path to true fulfillment. Number 4. The role of our beliefs in good and evil. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is the idea that good and evil don't reside in the external world, but rather within our thinking, beliefs, and the actions they lead us to take. To truly grasp the magnitude of this concept, we need to understand the Stoic perspective on moral values and how it can be a guiding light in our lives. The external world is morally indifferent. Imagine this scenario. You're walking through a bustling market and you see a vendor selling a shiny, expensive object. It could be a piece of jewelry, a high-end gadget, or a luxurious car. In our conventional way of thinking, we might instantly label these objects as good because they represent wealth, status, or pleasure. Similarly, we might look at a rundown, old and rusty item and deem it bad because it signifies poverty or discomfort. However, Stoicism challenges these knee-jerk reactions. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, urged us to focus on our reasoned choices, which they referred to as prohairesis. This reasoned choice encompasses our ability to use our rationality to make decisions about how we categorize, respond to, and reorient ourselves regarding external things and events. In simpler terms, Stoics believe that the external world is morally indifferent. It's neither inherently good nor bad. Rather, it's our perception, our values, and how we exercise our reason and choices in response. The power of reasoned choices. Why does this matter? The power of this Stoic insight lies in recognizing that you hold the reins when it comes to determining what is good and what is evil. It all comes down to your reasoned choices, your conscious decisions on how to evaluate and interact with the world around you. Here's where the personal motivation comes into play. It's liberating to realize that you have the capacity to shape your perception of the world. You're not at the mercy of external circumstances, and you're not forced to react in a predetermined way. Let's take an example. Consider a career setback or a personal disappointment. From a conventional perspective, this could be perceived as a bad event causing frustration, sadness, or anger. However, the Stoic approach invites you to consider it differently. By focusing on your reasoned choice, you can consciously decide how to view this situation. You can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn and become stronger. This shift in perception transforms what seemed bad into a valuable experience that can lead to self-improvement and resilience. The impact on emotions and well-being. The Stoic philosophy regarding good and evil has a profound impact on our emotions and overall well-being. When we understand that external events themselves are not inherently good or bad, it takes the power away from these events to dictate our emotional state. Picture this. You face a challenging moment at work or a personal relationship. Instead of immediately labeling it as a disaster, you pause, reflect, and choose to respond with equanimity. You're not denying the difficulty, but you're choosing to engage with it in a way that promotes inner peace and emotional stability. In essence, this Stoic teaching encourages us to develop emotional resilience. It teaches us to control our emotional reactions by focusing on our reasoned choices. When we stop reacting impulsively to external events and instead apply reason to our responses, we free ourselves from the roller coaster of emotions. For your personal motivation, you possess the incredible power to shape your reality. By understanding that the good and evil of the world are not inherent qualities, but rather products of your reasoned choices, you become the master of your own destiny. In your daily life, when challenges arise, remember that it's your perspective, your reasoned choices that determine their moral quality. Embrace this Stoic wisdom as a guiding principle. Instead of being a passive recipient of external circumstances, you are an active participant in defining your world. You can transform hardships into opportunities, setbacks into stepping stones, and adversity into growth. When you face adversity, let your reasoned choices lead you towards strength and wisdom. When you encounter success, let your choices keep you humble and focused on your virtuous path. Your life becomes a canvas, and you hold the brush. Use your reasoned choices to paint a masterpiece filled with virtue, resilience, and inner peace. Understanding and mastering good and evil is open to you every single day. That's it, my friend. Consider subscribing to our channel.